Good evening, children.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening today. So, how are you all?
We are fine, sir.
Very good. So, today I'm here to start a very impressive poem. The name of the poem is Here the Snake is Trying. It means एक सांप जो है अपने आप को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. Right? Here in this poem, the name of the poet is here, William Wright Alvin-Rose. Right? He was born on 14 June 1894 and died on 26 August 1966 at the age of only 72. Right? The poet here, William Wright Edwin, he was the most prominent poet. He was born in Canada. Right? His poem often talks about the realistic human emotions and the natural things. About the natures, his poems were very simple, right? In this poem, the poet tells us that all the snakes are not harmless, not dangerous, right? Some snakes are toxic and some snakes are not non-toxic, means venomous and non-venomous, right? Should you get it? Okay, come to the poem here. Most of us think of the snakes as the fearsome symbols of the dead, but the snake in this poem is itself a victim. The poet says in this poem here that everybody thinks that the snakes are very dangerous for us, but all the snakes are not dangerous. Some of the snakes are the friends of farmers. If you talk about the rat snakes, right? I've already taught you when you're in class 8, Kali the rat snake. Kali the rat snake. Rat snakes are generally the friends of the farmers, right? They actually swallow the rats and the mites and some other insect in the farms. So rat snakes are generally the friends of the farmers, right? But it is often sees and often you hear from the different villages and the different cities that people actually they die just because of the snake's bites, right? But in our country, most of the venomous snakes are present, and most of non-venomous snakes are also present in our country. But we people have to recognize who generally and which species of the snakes are dangerous and the venomous, and the which snakes of the species are non-venomous, right? Okay, come to the point. The poet says in the first stanza here, the snake's trying to escape the pursuing snakes with a sudden curving of a thin and long body. How beautiful. The poet says in the first stanza, here is the snake who mistakes, actually he enters a house. Where does he enter? A house, right? So what happens, a man who is actually watching the scene of the snakes, watching all the activities of the snakes, right? And he is having a streak and he just generally made a plan to kill the snake, right? And we people also do the same. When any snake enters in your house, you will think that if the snake bites us, then definitely we will die. We will die. But what the poets wanted to tell us here, and graceful are in the shapes, but the snakes is trying to escape from there, right? The man couldn't actually kill the snakes because he just hides near the water. So did you understand the first stanza of this poem? Okay, now come to the second stanza. He glides through the waterway from the stroke on the let him go over the water. The snakes started trying to hid himself near the water, nearby the river, right? And actually, the man actually just chasing to the snakes with having a very big stick, very big stick. But the snakes is actually he hides from there. He didn't want to harm to anyone. He didn't want to bite to anyone, right? The poet tells in the second stanza of this poem. Okay. Into the reeds to the height, the meaning of the reeds is here a very thin plant, and you can say a very thin plant generally grows in the rivers, generally grows nearby the rivers and ocean ponds. रीड्स का मतलब होता है एक ऐसा पौधा जो जनरली नदी के किनारे में पाया जाता है, राइट? Okay, come to the third stanza. The poet says in the third stanza here that into the race to the height with a bird, small and green, he is just harmless even children along the sand. So the snakes has just departed from the house, right, and gone nearby the children who were playing nearby the sand, right? But the snakes was totally harmless. Harmless you can say वो किसी को नुकसान पहुंचाने वाला नहीं था, वैसा वो स्नेक नहीं था. Did you understand? So the poet says in this third stanza of this poem that all snakes are not actually dangerous. Some snakes are only toxic and some snakes are non-toxic, means venomous and non-venomous, right? And chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. Slim reeds. The poet says in the last stanza of this poem that the snakes actually once again started just to actually he was having so the man has threatened him that I'm just going to kill you. The snake is trying to escape from the man and he goes nearby the reeds, means are very thin long plants generally grows in the rivers, nearby the river. He just hides over there, but the snakes in these poems is harmless, non-venomous, right? Did you understand? The poet says that we are not to kill the snake because snakes are a very beautiful creation that is made by the God. Did you understand? Here the poet William Wright Harvey, his poems were very simple, right? But you can learn from his poem a very deep meaning, right? My dear student, this is a poem, and this poem is related to a snake, right? So the poet says, and she wanted to tell us from this poem that all the living organism, especially the animals like snakes, insect, scorpion, right? We are not to kill. Snakes actually generally bite to the people, generally bites to the animals when they get threatened. जब उसे डर होता है कि हमें कोई अब मारने वाला है या हमारे पास कोई आने वाला है, तभी वो सांप क्या करता है, उसे बाइट करता है. Did you understand? One thing, once again, I would like to tell you, my dear student, that all the creatures, we are also the creatures, right? But we have a feeling. We can understand the behavior. We can understand the behavior and the feeling of animals. When you just actually hurt an animals, actually the animals started weeping, started crying, right? They started actually just यू कैन से वो जान को बचाने के लिए जो है बेचारा वो क्या हो जाता है, काफी ज्यादा डर जाता है. He got scared, right? He or she got scared. So from this poem, one thing I would like to tell you: if any snakes comes to your house, right? First of all, you have to recognize the snake, and often you see, especially in the rural areas, right? People when any snakes enters to your house, even scorpion, even an insect, people want to kill them. People want to kill them, but we have not to kill them. We have to save them, right? You have to call to the snake rescuer, a person who rescue the snake. You will be getting his or her number from the Google. You can just call to nearby to a snake rescue team, right? So it is the end of the poem. How is the poem, my dear student?
Nice, sir.
So see you in the next videos. Thanks for watching my videos. Thank you.